Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really cracking open something unique. It's called Excerpts from Holler Lyrics, Blood and Stone.
Hmm.
And it's not just lyrics on a page, is it? It's more like, well, an emotional map. A
Yeah,
performance blueprint, almost.
that's exactly it. The story is as much in those little direction notes, whisper, talk, shout, as it is in the actual words.
Right, so our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, isn't just reading poetry.
No, definitely not. We're looking at the emotional architecture, how the structure, the performance itself, reviews this person's inner world, their journey.
Okay, and the structure is pretty clear. Verses, bridges, a chorus.
Yep. And those key delivery instructions, whisper, talk, shout, talk low, cold. It's like we're tracking someone's emotional state by listening to their volume control.
Yeah, like an emotional seismograph. Okay, so let's start where the document starts, at the quietest point.
The foundation, fear and distance.
Exactly. The very first sound is holla, marked,
Mm.
whisper. And then bridge one, also whisper.
Right away, that whisper creates this huge distance, even though the words themselves are incredibly intimate, raw even.
Raw's a good word for it. That first bridge has this intense conflict, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You've got this almost violent desire. I'd tear the sky to hear you scream that you wanted me.
Huge need, massive yearning.
But delivered as a whisper, it's immediately contained, muffled, like it's too dangerous to say out loud.
So the whisper itself is a kind of self-censorship.
Precisely.
Right.
It contains the potential damage. Because right after that huge expression of need, they pivot, right, to this cold resignation. Silence bites like sharpened glass and leaves me stronger in its pass.
So the pain actually becomes strength, or at least the reason for strength.
Exactly. They're translating disappointment into survival.
Wow.
The longing gets pushed down and the need to protect the self takes over. The whisper is where that choice happens.
Okay, and that choice, that distance, carries straight into verse one, which is also whisper.
Yep. And here they start explaining why, laying out the reasons for pulling back.
Learn too young how love just lies,
Devastating line.
and the result, left me broken, left me too much.
And the imagery reinforces it, Empty halls, unseen walls. It's classic isolation, but the whisper keeps it personal. Secret almost. A pain held really close.
Okay, so the whisper shows us the wound, the memory, the fear, but when does the actual defense get built? Because the next big shift is vocal,
Right, the first chorus.
and we move from that secret whisper to a much more definite talk. What did that shift signify? What's the cost, maybe?
Well, the move to talk is huge. It means they're ready to state their case, to articulate the core belief system they've built.
Their thesis.
Their thesis, exactly. It's not just a hidden feeling anymore, it's a declared worldview. The cost is maybe having to own it now, live by it.
And that worldview is captured in that really heavy metaphor, I built my heart on blood and stone.
Yeah, it's almost Gothic, isn't it? Not just hardened, but specifically constructed. The blood is the past pain, the vulnerability that costs them, and the stone is the result. The necessary hardness, the emotional wall.
The talk delivery makes it sound certain.
Yeah.
Final.
Totally. Alone is safer. I know this bone. This bone feels deep, primal. It's trauma solidifying into identity.
But what gets me is, right after this big declaration, they immediately question it. If love was meant to bleed me dry, then tell me, why do I still try? If the fortress is so solid, why ask that?
See, that's the blood pushing against the stone. The fortress works, it keeps them safe, but the underlying human desire, that try, hasn't vanished. It's just contained.
So the conflict is still raging internally.
Absolutely. They dismiss love intellectually, cruel design, shadow laughing in my spine. But the impulse to connect, the try is still there. It's fascinating. They're stabilized, maybe, but not entirely convinced by their own defense.
And the end of the chorus kind of justifies sticking with the defense, right? By framing the pain differently.
Exactly. The pain becomes the teacher. Every scar I keep, a lesson learned. Every flame I touch, a heart that burned.
Like they're collecting evidence.
Precisely. It's empirical data proving why the fortress was necessary in the first place. Vulnerability equals destruction, according to their lived experience.
Okay. So chorus one lays out the blood and stone philosophy. Then we get verse two, and the instruction here is really specific. Talk low, cold D.
Different from the whisper.
Yeah. Not secret, but detached. What does cold add here?
I think talk low cold suggests, like you said, detachment. Clinical, like reciting facts from a painful history without the heat. The whisper was intimate fear. This is hardened resignation.
The voice of someone looking back at the wreckage, maybe.
Yeah, looking at the evidence objectively to confirm why the walls went up, it's like the emotional circuit breaker tripped.
And the images fit that coldness, tracing a face in empty air, craving a ghost in vain. The loss is real, but the telling is chilled.
And it reinforces those destructive memories. Promises burned like acid rain. You see the cause and effect. They closed doors in fear.
Right.
But survival still required action. I learned to fight, to stand, to bleed, to take what love denied in need. The cold delivery makes that taking sound like a grim necessity, not a victory.
Okay, so after that cold look back, the chorus comes again. Just
There's an anchor.
reinforcing the core belief. Yep. The defenses are checked, confirmed as necessary after reviewing the evidence in verse 2.
But this repetition sets up something really different.
Oh yeah, the climax.
Because after that second chorus, the same bridge from the beginning comes back. Twice.
On the instruction.
Talk, shout, talk. A huge shift from that initial whisper.
Massive. It's an explosion. That contained whispered desire, I'd tear the sky, finally breaks through the cold stone exterior.
The self-censorship just shatters.
Completely. The shout tells you that the need, the raw wanting, was always there, just suppressed by the performance structure, by the stone. It's the blood finally boiling over. It sounds almost desperate.
I think it is. A desperate need for validation, maybe. Breaking through all that careful intellectual defense. The volatility under the surface is immense.
And then right after that explosion, we get the final statement. The chorus comes back again, twice.
But the delivery instruction changes one last time.
Talk with feelings.
And that feels like the resolution, doesn't it? They return to the core statement, I built my heart on blood and stone. But now, it's not whispered, not cold, not shouted. It's delivered with feeling.
So accepting the fortress, but acknowledging the emotion that built it.
Exactly. It's an integration. The defense mechanism is who they are now, but the feelings, the scars, the lessons, the lingering pain, and maybe even the lingering desire are part of it too. It's not just a mechanism anymore. It's an emotionally accepted reality.
Acceptance without necessarily liking it, maybe.
Perhaps. Acceptance of its necessity. And we have to notice how it ends. After all that release, the shout, the feelings.
It goes right back.
It's right back. Holla! Repeated 4 times. Whisper.
Wow. So even after breaking through, they retreat back into that initial quiet space. Why? Does the emotion weaken the structure?
It could signal a return to that internal protected space. The fortress holds. Maybe it's even reinforced by acknowledging the feelings, but it's still necessary. The shouting was a release, maybe? But the fundamental condition, the need for the blood and stone heart, remains.
The conversation is closed off again.
Seems like it. Back to internal reflection. Alone again, structurally speaking.
That's quite a journey mapped out just through delivery notes. We've really seen how that structure, whisper, talk, cold, shout, feelings, is absolutely key to understanding this whole blood and stone persona.
It really is. The performance is the meaning, in so many ways.
So the big takeaway for you listening is how that careful structure lets us track this evolution, from hidden pain to defensive declaration through cold reflection and explosive need, to a kind of integrated acceptance.
And it leaves us with a really interesting question, I think. If building this blood and stone heart provides safety based on all those scars and burns, well, what's the ultimate cost?
If your strength comes directly from analyzing past pain, how does that limit, or maybe even prevent, future connection, future vulnerability?
A really provocative thought to end on. Thank you for sharing these sources and diving deep into the emotional architecture here.
My pleasure.
We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.